Today I'm going to prove to you guys how they make up any reason to attack men for no fault of the man at all. They just come after men for no reason, and if they don't have a reason, they make one up based on something which they see. In this example, I will be showing you how they intentionally misconstrue a very satirical, a very simple message into something which is so bad, just so demeaning. It's like oppressing towards women. It's something which is meant to be satire as a joke, as you will see, and people will intentionally misconstrue this as an attack on women, the patriarchy attacking the women and all that. Welcome to my channel where we empower men to live their best possible lives. Please like, subscribe and share with your friends. But now, let's get to work. I'll be proving this to you, so hold on tight. And once we are done with watching this video and the comments on this video, I will be telling you exactly how they, why they attack us, how they attack us, and what you can do as a man to live through this. Okay? So, with that being said, here is the video.
Guys, there's going to be a certain girls that are going to be very, very hard to dance with. So I call them alpha girls, girls that try to lead you. And the way to know if you're dancing with an alpha girl is very, very easy. Just do half of a move like this, okay? She's a good follow. So she didn't end up doing anything. But if she's an alpha, she's going to want to thrash. This means this is her way of saying, I want control of the dance. So this is how I tell if the girl is an actual alpha. And if that's the case, step one is I tell her, give me a jellyfish. Just relax for me, girl. Just relax. Just relax. That's one way. Sometimes that works. Sometimes that doesn't. Next thing I'll say is, hey, I just want you to not think about anything. And I'll put my hand on their head. Don't think about anything. That's literally what I do next. And I try to make them freaking relax. And if they say, I'm sorry, I just always think about stuff. Sometimes you have to talk to them. You have to have a few conversations for them to trust you. And that sometimes works as well. Next thing, if the alpha girls are giving you stiff necks on your dips, tell them, hey, I want you just to look at the ceiling and I want you to just relax for me. They'll first be very hesitant and not trust you, but then they'll start trusting you a little bit more, 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 a little bit more. And then they'll eventually trust you to actually dance. But usually alpha girls, it takes 2 weeks of constant training for them to actually let you lead them most of the time, unfortunately.
So you guys, you saw the video, right? This is clearly meant to be a joke, right? Now I will be showing you guys the reactions of the people to this. Here you go. Do you see this? As you can clearly see, that person in the video clearly knew the woman in the video, and he was just demonstrating a dance sequence. He was just demonstrating that in a very comical fashion, that hey, you don't do this, don't do that. So it was supposed to be a joke. It's so obvious, right? And these people, you see in the comments, these people are hating on the man as the figure of patriarchy in a male-dominated society. They just want to misconstrue everything into something which is oppressing women, so that misandry, which is hating of men, is justified. That's what they're doing right now. So, and these people who hate on men, who sit behind the keyboards and the computers, they just keep hating all day. These people are the most heinous, hateful, and vile people on the planet. You never want to associate with them in any way. And you see a bunch of comments with men and women both. They are all attacking this man. For a woman, there is at least an out clause that yes, I agree that women were suppressed back in the 1900s or even before. Yes, so they probably have some steam to let out. But what about the men hating on a fellow man? What are you doing? That is the worst. That is an example of the worst kind of man on the planet. you are hating on a fellow man while yourself misconstruing the message, so you are justified in hating him. These kind of people are the most evil, vile, and hateful people on the planet. I would not want to live my life with such hate in my heart. I want to love other human beings. I want to see them as my equal. I want to give them my all. I don't want to hate somebody based on virtue, because am I any better? No, I mean, if you want to hate somebody on virtue, you better have lived your life completely flawless. You better have lived your life like Jesus Christ. I'm pretty sure that is not the case. And yet these people have the balls to get up on their moral high horse and then scream from their top, "You are wrong, you are wrong, you should be demonized, you should be in jail," all this stuff. People who hate the most are the people who deserve to be hated the most. I'll repeat, people who actually hate people, they are the one who are actually hated in real life, and hence they are letting out their frustrations. And this video was so innocent. This person is a dance instructor. He's simply teaching people in a comical fashion that these are the dance moves. No woman no woman worth her salt sees this as offensive. That is something so innocent, right? And even if that's offensive, now think about this scenario. Reverse the genders. Think if it was a woman telling this to a man. Stop thinking, no, let's calm down, relax. Would anybody have said anything if it was a woman saying that to a man? No, people would have taken it in a jovial sense, right? As a joke, right? It's only against the men that people have a problem now. And we need to change this. Together we need to stand up and say, stop the hate on men. Being a man is difficult enough as it is already. If you don't believe me, look at the suicide statistics in the US Census Bureau. You will see what I mean. Men commit suicide every year about, I think, 4 or 5 times more than women do. And these men are mostly in their 30s and 30s to 50s, I believe. Even men who are in their 20s, young military-aged males, they're also committing suicide because of depression. We don't talk about that, right? Because society as a whole does not care about men. It's if you are born with a dick, then you are not cared about. Nobody cares about you. You have to prove yourself in the world to create value. You have to actually create value and help people, make a difference in people's lives to truly matter. Women don't know this. A beautiful woman has value just because she's beautiful. Sure, she works for her beauty. She might be working hard to stay physically fit. Agreed, that's a good quality. But men don't just have to be physically fit. Men have to be financially strong, physically fit, sociable. People have to know this man. It's hard enough for a man to exist in the world and thrive without these feminists making life even more difficult by attacking people non-stop on the internet. This has to stop. How do we stop this? First thing, obviously, everything starts from you. You need to stop this. If you are a woman watching this, if you have done something similar in the past, please don't do it again. Please. Anybody with a brain looks at those comments and sees you that you are the one who is at fault. You are the one who's the hater, who are hateful, and you are the one who will be avoided. And God is always watching. God has seen you do this. God doesn't like this, and God will let you know in some way or other. Okay? And if you're a man doing this, that's even worse. How are you hating on your fellow man? Your fellow man is struggling to live in this world. Has he done anything to harm you? Has that man who you are hating done anything to harm you or your family? And then when you hate such a person, God sees this. God sees you hating someone for no fault, for when that person has done no harm to you. Imagine what God's punishment will be towards you. If you are not a person committed to improving your life, your family's life, and your close friend's life, and you are simply committed to hating on people, you are living and you will eventually live the worst human existence possible. I'm sure your finances are not in shape, you don't have a good relationship, and that's God's way of punishing you. God sees all this. He punishes you by making your life a living hell. And if you want to stop this, you have to stop doing this yourself. Stop the hatred. Love people. Don't hate. If somebody is truly evil, somebody is truly a threat, then fine. Then report to the authorities. Let them take action. You hating on somebody on the internet is not going to do anything. Okay? It's just gonna make you feel temporarily better. But we are human beings. And when you hate somebody, you are also taking in some negative energy, which affects you subconsciously. It affects you when you go to bed. And this is why you can't sleep well that night, knowing that you have hated a person who has done nothing to you. So that's the first thing. Second, people who are support me. Support people like me who are trying to make the world a better place. Support me. Share this video. Like and subscribe, like I said before. But there are also other creators out there who are also in the good fight against evil. Support them. Help them. Help spread this message. This is the only way we will be able to make society a wonderful place for both men and women, and not just have men be oppressed like they are today. So thank you for watching, and until next time.